places the blame for all of this squarely on you, the viewers.
Would you say we'd be venturing into a zone of danger?
It doesn't matter what you think.
You're listening to the Our Take Podcast with Bryan Sherman.
He had a full head, all the way till the end. It was white, and I was hoping to get that. I was hoping to get, the full head, and it was really hard to cut it off.
And Spencer Rogers.
To be a good pilot, you have to be able to make good decisions, and I know what my credit score is, so I know I don't make good decisions.
This is the Our Take Podcast.
Well, from Scary Paramedia Studios in Ogden, Utah, it's the Our Take Podcast, episode 36. I'm Bryan.
I am Spencer.
You can find us at the Our Take Pod on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
I've got bad news.
What?
The vegans are pissed.
Why?
Well, remember how we were talking about who was going to be pissed off
Oh, yeah.
at the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Turns out it's vegans.
Why? What happened?
You don't know?
No.
You didn't see the commercial?
Oh, I'm sure I did, but I don't know.
They're pissed at Hyundai and Jason Bateman.
Maybe I didn't see that commercial.
Well, let's take a look here. What? Come on. What is this crap? Anyway, so the commercial involves Jason Bateman.
Okay.
And he's in an elevator.
All right.
And he's taking people to terrible experiences. Right? So the people get on and they're like, used car shopping or new car shopping, please.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And hold on. Let me let the Selsun Blue ad finish here.
Way down.
Floor root canal.
Oh, this is bad.
This stopped jury duty. Remember, innocent until proven. Well, he did it, right? We all agree he did it. Okay, 6-hour flight, middle seat. Who's got vitamin C? This floor, the top.
Your body's changing. My body changed. Even Grandma's body.
Vegan dinner party. Is that even a thing?
We're having beetloaf, Sergio's specialty.
Oh. Beetloaf.
They had to know.
That beetloaf is nasty?
No, they had to know that they were purposely
trashing vegans?
Yeah, trigger.
But now vegans are never going to buy Hyundais, and vegans are 90% of Hyundai.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I like Jason Bateman.
Yeah, oh yeah. But they're not the only ones who are pissed.
Oh, who else is pissed?
The corn lobby.
Corn?
Corn is pissed.
Why?
Corn's going after Bud Light.
What did they do?
Corn syrup. They trashed corn syrup the whole Super Bowl.
Did they? Do they not use
Did you
corn
not
syrup?
watch any of the commercials?
I'll be honest, I did miss the first half of the first quarter. Which
yeah,
is probably when
they had several ads.
I did see that one where the dragon burns the
one. That wasn't about corn syrup. They had several ads that said they didn't use corn syrup and said that Coors and Miller did.
Well, what do they use? Real sugar cane?
I don't know. I didn't address that, so I don't know.
They must use real sugar cane.
Yeah, I guess. Which is that?
Whatever. There's no difference.
Yeah.
They're both bad for you.
Yeah. Anyway,
they're both fructose.
So corn is mad. They're hopping mad. Their ears are exploding. I'm trying to think of corn puns.
Right. Yeah.
They are popping mad.
Yeah.
Anyway,
corn popping mad.
Yeah. So. Yeah, but other than that, everyone seemed to be okay with the Super Bowl, except it was so boring that I almost turned on soccer.
Should have turned on the Puppy Bowl.
Yeah, that probably would have been. I don't know much that would have been worse.
Right.
So, yeah.
Hey, you know what? We skipped something.
What's that?
This day in history.
Oh, yeah.
It's February 6th. This day in history. This one you're going to like.
Okay.
This one you're going to like. Well, not like, but be interested in, okay? On this day in history, February 6th, 1996, Virgin Air Flight 301 crashed into the sea.
Virgin Air Flight 301. Do I know about
Virgin Air Flight 301, a Boeing 757, was a
Oh.
flight between the Dominican Republic and Germany
Oh.
with 189 passengers and crew, no survivors.
Dang.
Get this, though.
That was a bad year for airplane crashes.
You're going to be interested because just a couple months ago, we had the crash where it was the malfunctioning sensor.
Yeah.
Okay? You ready?
Yeah.
The pilot noticed on takeoff
Uh-huh.
that his airspeed sensor wasn't working.
Oh.
But the co-pilot's was. So he's like, whatever, we'll just use his.
Yeah.
Okay? The autopilot, however, was going off of his.
Oh.
So they were going like 200 knots.
Right.
But so they were actually going 200 knots. But
Yeah.
his reader said they were going 350 knots.
Oh.
So autopilot slowed them down and they stalled.
Right.
He turned off the autopilot and gunned it, killing one engine, sending them into a flat spin.
Jeez.
Okay? And they crashed into the sea.
Wow.
Do you want to know what caused it?
Huh.
They found out that for 2 days,
Yeah.
the pilot's sensor,
Uh-huh.
this little tube,
Yeah.
right,
Pitot tube.
was open
Uh-huh.
and a wasp nest formed.
Oh, my gosh.
Caused by a wasp nest.
Yeah. That's why you always see all the little plugs and tags
Yeah.
on airplanes when they're air shows and stuff.
Yeah, that little tube.
That pitot tube is it's everything. Like
important.
if it freezes, there's multiple of them.
Yeah.
Because if it freezes over, which is what happened in the Airbus crash.
How do they prevent them from freezing now?
They have heaters.
Oh, okay.
They have heaters.
That
on
makes
them.
sense.
But the heater had malfunctioned and it froze over, and they thought the same thing. They thought they were going faster than they were.
I think it's just impressive that a plane can crash, break apart in the sea,
And a wasp.
and the NTSB or whoever, I guess it's not American, can go in there and piece it back together and be like, it's a wasp nest.
A wasp nest.
Like the tube was still intact with the nest in there. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, that is insane.
You know? And someone's like, hey, check this out. There it is. The tube. See that wasp?
Wow.
Anyway,
Wonder what rules came of that.
plug them up.
Yeah.
As soon as they land.
Let that be a lesson. Plug your pitot tubes.
Yes.
All right. Don't unless you're flying, then keep them unplugged.
Right.
You want
Yeah,
open.
you can't just stick your finger out the window to see how fast you're going.
No, not unless you lick it first.
Yeah.
then you'll know.
Anyway, I sent you a YouTube clip.
Oh yeah, let me pull that up.
This was
Thanks to the global coalition, including all of you here today,
this is the president today.
and to our
really?
other partners, the ISIS caliphate has been decimated. Nobody thought it was possible to do it this quickly.
Oh, jeez.
3 weeks ago, I was in Iraq, and I was talking to some of our great generals, and I gave them the absolute go-ahead. I said, go at it. How long will it take? Once you get started, he said, sir, 1 week. I said, where did that come from, 1 week? And he meant it. And it's about a week since they really got going, and they'll be informing us very soon, officially, that it's 100%.
All right, you can stop it.
ISIS can no longer...
So I just want to know what the hell our military was doing up until a week ago, because I'm pretty sure they were fighting ISIS. I went over there. I talked with the generals. I told them, I know you've just been sitting on your hands, so you can go ahead and start fighting ISIS now. And now we've won. What's he talking about?
I have no idea.
We've been fighting ISIS for like 12 years. What is he talking about?
And no one's ever given them. They've just been over there.
They've just been sitting on their hands waiting for the.
They've been in a FOB and
Playing,
they wait for ISIS to come
Call
to
of
them,
Duty.
and they come and shoot them occasionally, but they never go out and get them.
The president, Mr. President, I'm glad you're here. You know, we've been sitting here since W, waiting for the green light here. Like, is that something you want us to do?
I didn't know. How long is it going to take? A week?
5 days, 7 max. Jeez.
We don't work on the weekends, so
look, I'm glad that ISIS is decimated almost, and I believe in there. I think that they are pretty much out of land. But come on,
yeah, I don't.
That's a real.
I want to know the general that said that. Has there been any fact checking on this?
I have no. I just saw the clip earlier, and I was like, "What are you talking about? You went. I know. Yeah, you went over there. We all remember.
Yeah,
because now Iraq wants to kick us out because you went over there. But you gave the generals the green light, so now all of a sudden they're going to start fighting.
Right.
Let's lock and load, boys. We got the green light.
I have no words. I don't know what.
Oh, yeah.
That's wow. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to do some more research on that and figure out.
Yeah.
Why?
I thought that's what we were doing over there. I mean, I know we have many things going on, but I thought one of the big ones was fighting ISIS.
I think the main reason we're over there is to train, not to.
Sure. But, like we took back Mosul, was that a year and a half ago?
Yeah.
That was with our help.
Right. Well, yeah.
And that was a big part of the caliphate. And now it's gone. It's
because I don't know if you've ever seen those countries' militaries before, but they turn and run a lot.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Have I told you about what the caliphate is, what it means?
No.
So leaders of ISIS have interpreted the Quran in a certain way to say that if they control even a city block, it can be that small, then the caliphate is alive and well. Now, their ultimate goal is to spread, take over things like Turkey. Some interpretations even say to Rome, but then other people interpret that it means just Roman, like Rome, where Rome had Turkey back in the day.
Right.
But my point is, if we truly remove all of their land and don't even give them a city block, I'm interested to see what the Caliph says, what Baghdadi says, because if there's no land that they occupy, then technically there's no caliphate according to their own interpretation. So I'm really interested what's going to happen here.
Huh. That is interesting.
Yeah, because it's supposed to spread. It's supposed to go to Mecca and,
of course,
into anyways, take over the world basically.
Right.
But now, because I believe Trump, I believe him that they're pretty much done. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean another group's not going to spring back up. In fact, man, I didn't mention this one yesterday on our coverage. He mentioned that he was talking in Afghanistan with the government for a withdrawal. And that the other side was also prepared to talk.
Oh, right.
I was like, of course they are. They would love nothing more than for us to leave.
Oh, you guys are going to leave?
Yeah. Taliban's
that sounds awesome.
We'd love to take this back over.
Peace. Yeah.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Huh. That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of peace.
Peace in the Middle East.
The thing I want to address today that kept me awake the other night, not really, but kind of, just because I was thinking about it.
You think about it before you were going to sleep?
Yeah, and it's the whole Virginia governor crisis.
Give people a rundown. What's happening?
All right, so Virginia's governor, who I believe is a Democrat.
Yes, he is a Democrat. What's his name? Northam. Northam?
Jonathan. Oh, wait, that's the author of this. Ralph Northam.
Ralph Northam, yeah.
So he went to medical school, and there's a yearbook. And in this yearbook...
Was it 1984?
It's from 30 years. 30 years ago. Yeah. So I think 1989. Yeah, it was 89.
All right.
There's a photo in a yearbook. I don't actually see where it says that it's actually him.
Well, that's part of the story.
Right.
So what's it? But the photo is...
The photo is someone in blackface.
Okay. A white person in blackface.
Yeah.
Okay.
Standing next to someone dressed in a clown... Klan.
It's close enough.
Yeah, pretty much. A Klan,
Ku Klux Klan. It's hard.
Yeah.
Yes, because, And he initially came out and said, I'm very sorry that I did this. And then the very next day said, I don't think that's me.
Probably should have sat on his hands for a minute before he made that response. But here's my take on it. And this...
Are you aware that he said he did do it?
Yeah,
though?
I know. I heard that he's... And that aside, whatever, how he handled it is a different story, I think.
He was prepared to do the moonwalk on the stage?
Yeah.
Yeah, so people... He said in the picture that it wasn't him.
Right.
But... He did at one point, according to his own words, he did at one point put shoe polish on his cheeks and dress as Michael Jackson for Halloween.
Right.
That's what he said he did.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. Just so everybody has the facts before you give your take on this.
Well, and really how he handled it is not really part of my take. That he probably didn't handle it great.
There's not a good way. Straight up denial is the only way.
Yeah, well, pretty much. I worked for Brett Kavanaugh, so
right, yeah.
But no, listen, I'm getting tired of this. I really am. It's
of the 30 years ago stuff.
I really am. It's getting a little ridiculous,
With the exception of sexual assault.
Well, yes and no, because, when Brett Kavanaugh was one of the first things we talked about.
Sure.
And my whole thing was like, I don't know, it was 30 years ago.
Right.
Not that it doesn't matter, but
it's tough.
It's still 30 years ago, right? And we forget things. And my biggest thing is people do change. People do evolve different opinions.
Right.
They realize the wrongs that they've made. There's a lot of things that I did when I was younger that are completely different.
Yeah.
And
words that you used.
Yeah.
The way you treated people.
I used to say fag. I used to call people gay. I used to say retarded, which I did earlier today on accident. that is the one word I'm having a hard time being completely done with. I have probably said the N-word inappropriately. There's a lot of things that I've done.
Sure.
And I don't know that I regret them because it was fine. Like, at the time, everyone was doing it.
Well, no,
it's a cop-out, but it's true.
It's not, though, because empathy, this all goes back to empathy, right? And empathy is it's like a plant.
Uh-huh.
It's like a tree. And the bigger your tree gets, the more people you encounter.
Right.
The more that you get to know the world.
Right.
The larger your empathy should grow.
Right.
And your ability to see things from someone else's point of view.
Right.
So when your tree was smaller and the country as a whole, the tree was smaller for the whole country back then.
Right.
Well, yeah, things were different.
Yeah.
I understand why. Well, so I'm not black, but I can understand why they're upset because blackface was used in a very, very horrible, I can't think of the word, disgusting way.
Right.
When it first came about, in like the early 1900s in plays or in movies to describe them as animals and as violent, right? Not to mention the fact that we're having a white person put on blackface rather than just having a black person play the role.
Right.
So I get it.
Right.
But the question becomes, if we're thinking about the tree of empathy and the whole country isn't able to, everything was different.
I just don't think we can punish people based on our understanding now. Like,
right.
Yeah, you're right. It's not great. It's bad. It's a bad thing to do. But this guy goes to like a 90% black church. Like, he's not racist.
Right.
And it's just, they're crucifying him.
Right.
And it doesn't seem like he deserves it. And I'll even go on a limb and defend Brett Kavanaugh. Like, the main reason I don't like him is just his reaction to everything.
Yeah.
He's just seems like a weird guy. But even so, like,
yeah, like, so
come on.
Let's compare the two. Brett Kavanaugh was accused of being an alcoholic and a binge drinker.
Right.
And he owned it.
Right.
Yes, I like beer. This guy gets accused of being racist because of a costume.
Right.
That was racist.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
And he owns it.
Right.
First he says, I'm really, really sorry.
Right.
I'm not racist, though. I promise. Like, it was a stupid costume. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
But then he says, actually, I don't think it's me. Now, don't get me wrong. I've done it.
Right.
I dressed as Michael Jackson, in Halloween one year in the 80s, which I'm like, so this is a question I have for you, and maybe anybody can answer this really.
Uh-huh.
If you put on, let's say I wanted to go to a Halloween costume, for Halloween, I wanted to look like Kevin Hart.
Right.
And I put black makeup on my face.
Mm-hmm.
Is that considered
It is now.
racist?
I mean,
like, that photo is totally racist because there's a Klan member right next to him.
Right.
It was clearly a coordinated.
I think the Klan member is way more racist than wearing blackface, right?
Right.
It's kind of getting skipped over.
But no one knows who that is underneath that robe.
Well, you can't tell who this guy is either.
That's his point. That's the governor's point. He's like, look, I don't even think that's me.
Right.
Which
is what he should have said to begin with, because these pictures are terrible and there's no way.
What I want to see is his calendars.
Yeah, right?
Does he have calendars that show he was at that party?
Or was he hanging out with
PJ and Squee?
Squee, yeah.
I don't think he was at that party. No, like I said, we're walking a fine line here.
It's starting to get ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, everyone did stupid things. We're doing stupid things now. Me and you are.
Yeah.
That in 20 years, people are going to go, man, I can't believe you guys did that. I don't know what they are.
There are lyrics to punk rock songs that I wrote, 18 years ago.
Right.
That are probably offensive now.
Right.
If I went back and looked them up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're probably like, oh,
yeah.
shouldn't have said that.
Me and my friend Luis, we did back when we were in college and we lived in an apartment complex. He did a reality show kind of called The Place. Did you ever see that, or you know what I'm talking about?
No. The Place.
He just followed us around with the camera and cut it. It was pretty funny. But anyway, that's out there on the internet. And it has the lot of us, all my roommates and friends.
Yeah.
And we say gay, we say retarded, we say, we do all that.
So when you run for office, the opposition team is going to find this video.
That's what I mean.
It's the new Access Hollywood.
This man hates gay people. He hates mentally handicapped people. That's not actually...
Here's the interesting part. Here's the most interesting part.
Right.
When we're comparing ideologies.
Right.
Right and left.
Mm-hmm.
When Kavanaugh was accused, no Republicans believed it.
Right.
Jeff Flake was the closest.
Right.
And he still voted to confirm.
Right.
No Republicans. This guy gets caught in blackface, allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use that word. And I should say that with Brett Kavanaugh, too. Allegedly. Okay?
Yeah.
This guy gets caught in blackface, and his own party turns on him.
Yeah.
So now Republicans and Democrats are... So my point, do you see the divide and conquer?
No, I do.
Of whoever released this, did it on purpose, obviously.
Right.
And because they knew that even Democrats are going to turn on this guy.
Well, because the Democrats have to. They have to.
Why? But why don't the Republicans have to turn on Kavanaugh?
Why don't they have to?
Yeah. Because women don't vote for him already?
That's what I mean. Well, because the Democrats put up such a stink for that and various other things, there's no way that they can not do this.
Sure.
They have to.
But hypothetically, let's say a Republican was found in blackface.
Right.
Who would be mad? Would Republicans be mad?
There'd be some,
Maybe.
but they would still,
There are Democrats outside of this governor's mansion telling him to resign.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're right.
So this is,
but
it's a smear.
But I don't agree with those Democrats either.
No. Just my point is that it's amazing to me that on one side you have people who stand up for what's quote unquote right, regardless of who it is.
Right.
But when Roy Moore,
right,
the Republicans don't get upset.
Right.
Brett Kavanaugh, the Republicans don't get upset.
Right.
So I hope I'm illustrating this correctly.
I get what you're saying.
When a Democrat does something wrong, both sides light up on him and attack them. When a Republican does something wrong, only the Democrats are attacking.
Which, well, it's because of fake news, the fake news media and whatever. I don't know.
I mean, I'm with you on the principle of the thing. Now, I don't want to misspeak. I'm not black, and if it offends you, I understand.
I'm not arguing whether it's offensive or not. At any time, it's offensive.
Yeah.
But the understanding is just different, okay? And he was 20-something, and people change. The tree analogy is perfect.
The tree of empathy.
That's
what we're going to
exactly call it. What happens. You get to know more people. You get out of your social circle. You meet some black people,
right?
And
you meet gay people,
There's
a zeitgeist.
You get away from your parents, influence, and
there's a cultural tree of empathy, the zeitgeist empathy, if you will, and then there's also personal tree of empathy. And the country has become way more sensitive to these issues in the past 2 years.
Yeah,
really.
Yes,
whereas individuals tend to gradually become more sensitive to these things.
Right.
My view of gay rights was a gradual change as I was more introduced to more and more gay people.
Right.
And radically changed.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'll go to gay pride. I have, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many, and that was just a gradual change based on my exposure. My tree of empathy grew.
Right.
So, I don't know. Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
Because what else is... I mean, look, dude, you're comparing... This guy's in blackface, okay? Yeah. All I have to say is Access Hollywood.
What?
The Access Hollywood tape.
Grabbing kitties?
That wasn't 30 years ago. That was like 12 years ago.
No, right?
So, I mean, if we're... It's hard, I'm not trying to deflect.
I don't know. I wish that it wasn't I'm tired of the divide. There's this divide between like the reason I don't like the word African American. I don't like calling people African Americans because to me they're just Americans.
They're just Americans.
And I don't call myself German American.
Yeah.
And I just wish that we could get past all this offensiveness and we're all just Americans.
Right.
And I'm sick of this divide, and it kind of seems like when you have TV shows and stuff that are called Blackish, and it's just like doesn't that drive the divide more because it separates us more?
It's a social psych thing that is fascinating, right? Because when if you're studying social psychology or sociology, you're looking at what makes different groups of people, whatever it might be. I'm studying 1,000 people about one issue, and I'm doing the stats on it, and I've narrowed out a bunch of variables, and the only one I keep coming back to is race.
Right.
Do I release those findings? Because then it just still shows that we're different.
Right.
That black people are treated more poorly, or that they don't make as much money. Like, these are real statistics.
Right.
That I'm sure as a sociologist you're torn between, like, do I release this and further this thought that we're not the same, or do I point this out in hopes that maybe justice will start to bend towards this, towards the right thing? So I know that it's a tough one for scientists as well.
It's the same reason I don't like affirmative action.
Yeah.
I don't think that race should even play a role in someone's application at all.
Right.
And it's not because I don't like having black people in my school or whatever. I just don't think that it should matter.
And you get to use your exact same sentence. I don't think race should play a role.
Right.
And that's the reason they made affirmative action.
Right.
Because people weren't hiring based on race.
No, I know. Like I understand the
Yeah.
need right now for affirmative action.
There's a tipping point.
I get it, but I don't like it. I don't like that we have to do this.
Right.
Whoever's qualified is qualified. It doesn't matter if they're black, Asian, Native American. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
It doesn't matter.
And it's funny because it's still there. There's study after study where they created the most recent one I read about, I think, was for Airbnbs.
Right.
And they used fake accounts with black sounding names and white sounding names. And the white sounding names were way more likely to get that booking.
Wow.
And so you're like, what is happening here? Why? And on Airbnb, you usually have to have a picture anyway. So then there's that way to do it.
Right.
You can find these studies and they're done well. They've done the statistics. They've narrowed out other variables. Just normal thing. You get a big enough sample, you can remove all other variables that you're looking for. It's sad.
Do you think it'll ever get better?
I don't know. I really don't. It's definitely gotten better.
Yeah.
It's not 1961.
Right.
But it's just still, it's rough.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we have some random headlines. Barack Obama, Universal Studios, and a mouse taking the elevator. And speaking of mice, Bryan will be spanking a mouse when we return.
You've really grown up fast, Don.
As a reward, I'll let you hang around my commercial shoot and ask the crew boring questions about their equipment.
It's good to be back, Dad. Hey, is that a DSLR multi-zoom?
No, and get out of the frame. We're rolling.
And now, a message from the President of the United States.
Good evening, my fellow elderly Americans. The world's moving pretty fast, huh? Sinatra's gone, and now all of our farmers wear tight pants and kiss each other. Remember when movies used to have the milkman in them? That time doesn't have to end. I will sign Republican legislation allowing you to write your next 5 election votes into your will. When you die, your stranglehold on American culture shouldn't die with you. See you at the Iowa State Fair.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled program to bring you these random headlines.
What's up?
Just playing chicken to see who was going to talk first. Random headlines.
What do you got?
Got 3 of them today. Hopefully they're random enough. The first one is out of New York. And
New York City?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe it's Manhattan somewhere. But you think your life is bad. Check out the struggle for this mouse.
Okay. What am I looking at here?
Right here. There's a mouse.
Oh, it's an escalator.
Running the wrong way on an escalator.
Oh, man. Maybe they like it. It's like a wheel.
Yeah, maybe. He doesn't seem like he likes it very much. So the struggle is real. So
if there was a microphone on his lapel. We'll post that video.
Man. Yeah,
Mouse.
so
he couldn't get past that first step.
Not much of a story there. Just a mouse on a treadmill in a New York City skyscraper.
Well, he was using an escalator like a treadmill.
Yeah, he was.
Which is tough because they got the little slats that his feet probably fell into.
Probably.
You know? Like, that's tough. Poor little bugger.
Oh, they don't know what happened to the mouse. No one decided to save him.
The person who was videoing was like, all right, I've had enough.
Yeah, I would have saved him, man.
Yeah.
Jeez. I mean...
Pick him up. Take him where he wants to go.
Yeah. At least give him a pizza. That's what they do.
It's not like he was a rat, you know, in New York. He's a mouse.
Yeah.
Come on.
Just a mouse
chilling.
chilling.
On the edge.
It goes from that story to Parkland shooting survivor.
On the same website?
Yeah. I'm like, oh, jeez. Okay. Now, another ridiculous video here. Are you familiar with Universal Orlando?
I mean, I've never been there, but yeah.
Me either. The Universal Orlando Studios. So they have a troll. Was it the Troll movie a couple years ago? Yeah. I don't remember what it was called.
Trolls.
Really?
I think.
Was that it? Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
So,
I think that's the best name, but
yeah, I guess that would be pretty self-explanatory, huh? So they have a new troll, and this troll, they have a little troll show here where they dance.
Okay.
He does something a little bit weird.
Which one? The gray one?
The purple one here.
Oh, is he purple?
Okay.
He just farted.
So he has a bare...
He has an asshole.
He has a bare ass, bare butt, and no pants on whatsoever. His cheeks are exposed, and he farts glitter.
Yeah.
I'm not super comfortable with this.
No. Yeah, play that again.
Okay.
I want to... I'm a little confused. Yeah, he poops. He poos.
Like queefs. Like...
Farts glitter.
Yeah.
Is that
legal? I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Can
I pull down my pants and fart?
Apparently, if you look like a troll, this guy doesn't even wear pants.
That's weird.
The whole thing is weird. The dancing is weird. The costumes are weird. And he turns around, spreads his...
Oh my word. That's weird.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Maybe we're missing something. Maybe there's like a story about trolls that we missed, like something in the movie.
I guess, but
is this troll supposed to be farting glitter? Let us know.
I'm guessing, but it just seems like...
I mean, clearly the suit was designed to do so.
Right. But that's disturbing, man. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's weird.
What does that say, that tweet? In a Universal boardroom somewhere 4-ish months ago. Okay.
Time to get to business on the farting troll. Seriously though, who came up with that?
They got a glitter lobby.
Oh man, yeah, the glitter lobby.
Okay, there's a movie clip.
Oh, is there?
Does he fart in the movie?
Yep.
Oh, he does.
Oh, gross.
Wow,
that's also gross.
Weird. Yeah, he farts over a picture and shoots glitter onto a picture in the movie.
That is...
I guess that
That is weird, man.
It's just two dudes sweeping it up
There's
afterwards.
The poor guy's cleaning up the fecal glitter.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah. So be wary. If you go to Universal, you're going to see a naked troll who
farts glitter.
Who has some?
I mean, that's not a fart at that point. That's a
That's
a glart.
Yeah, that's. I mean, if I were to poop, that's a poop, man. That's
a shitter, a glitter.
I mean,
a glitter shit.
I mean, yeah. I wonder what that smells like.
I don't know. Probably like trolls.
So the next story is also out of New York.
Okay.
And so there's a lingerie store.
Yeah.
Okay, in New York, and for some reason they have a mannequin of Barack Obama ripped.
Oh my gosh!
All right,
no arms.
There he is, right there. I don't know.
He's got pecs and abs.
I don't know what's going on there, but if you see the video, there's a man.
Oh, so it's not the fact that they have the Barack Obama mannequin.
No, it's the guy who threw the brick at the window and smashed Barack Obama.
So he broke the window.
Yeah,
to desecrate this Obama mannequin.
The ripped Obama mannequin. There's a lot of weird things going on here.
Yeah.
One, the ripped Obama mannequin.
Yeah,
That's also kind of weird. Secondly, this guy is just walking down the street and he's like, Obama?
Yeah.
He took away my
health.
I don't know. Whatever.
He gave me health care.
He gave me health care and a phone. And he threw a brick through it and started beating.
That is so weird.
Ripped Obama. And for the record, if this was a real life Obama, if that was Obama in the window, he would have, because this Obama is ripped. He's got some abs.
Yeah.
So
well, that is like unbelievably racist and disturbing.
Yeah. Well, this guy, his name is Ruel.
Oh, they caught him?
Yeah, 41-year-old.
What's his name?
Ruel Altunaga.
I gotta look him up.
Tunaga. Showed him using a cinder block to smash the window of Romantic Depot. An adult store in Harlem. And the store manager said she didn't know how to react. Well, probably the same way you reacted when you got a mannequin of ripped Barack Obama.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Wait a second. Is he black? Wow.
Oh, turns out the window that he allegedly broke showcased a display with an Obama mannequin dressed as a prince and President Donald Trump dressed as a princess wearing a Make America Great Again hat. Huh. Well, there's a lot of just
okay. So the guy who did it was hearing Barack Obama's voice.
Oh.
He said, this is his quote, he said Barack Obama was telling him something, and Barack Obama's not going to talk to him like that, and that he doesn't like Barack Obama. And he's so calm with it. So that's how we knew there was probably something wrong with him. That was the mental health.
Oh.
So he looked at the mannequin, and the mannequin said something to him that he didn't like. So it wasn't race motivated. He just didn't like.
Isn't there a movie about this?
It's called Chucky.
No, it's Mannequin. It says that the manager said that store employees had to protect the suspect from a crowd of angry Obama fans.
Oh, I thought it was the middle of the night based on that movie.
That's what it looked like.
That's why I was surprised they
it's
caught
New York.
him.
It's the city that never sleeps.
That's true, but it looks dark and no one around. Oh, I guess there's. Oh, he kicks it first. Then he goes and finds a cinder block.
This guy is insane. I don't know what he's got. Oh, he's got a skateboard.
I think Obama yelled something at him.
He's got 41. He's 41 and he's got a skateboard on a backpack. So, he just goes through that fence.
Yeah, he's like,
grabs a cinder block and he's like, I need to hear what Obama said.
What you say to me?
Bam!
What you say to me? No one's gonna talk to me like that.
What did he just grab? Oh, he's going back in.
Then he rips the mannequin out.
Oh, there he is. Oh, Obama.
I wish that video would just... Oh, look, all these people start chasing.
Oh, those must be the Obama mob.
Yeah.
Oh, he's coming back? Oh, no, it's another guy
guy
wearing a backpack.
That guy was pissed. You see how he's walking?
He's like, you're not going to disrespect my mannequin president.
Yeah. Not my president. Well, that's kind of weird.
Wow. Yeah, that is a random headline right there.
Yeah, he was sick. Okay, I feel bad for this guy. Let your tree of empathy grow for the mentally ill. Okay?
This is the thing we're going to look back in 20 years and be like, oh my gosh,
I can't believe
we were such terrible people. when the guy, it's going to be farting trolls because farting trolls are going to come,
Right.
be like a thing. People are going to have sex changes.
And one of us is going to be
trolls.
running for office, and they're going to play that clip.
They hate farting trolls and Barack Obama mannequins. Oh, man. Anyway, and mice that run up elevators. Hate them all.
Yep, hate them.
All right. Well,
it is time.
Oh, is it?
It is time.
Oh, my gosh.
For The Onion or InfoWars. Do I need to explain this segment anymore?
No.
I read a headline from each, and Spencer has to guess, okay?
One of them's real and one of them's fake. Or
they're both fake.
They could both be real.
The last episode, I pulled a fast one.
Yeah, that was a dick move.
All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
First headline. We were just talking about Ralph Northam, governor of Virginia, okay?
Yeah.
Ralph Northam admits he once engaged in pedophilia as part of a Michael Jackson costume.
Come on.
Okay? Next one.
Actually.
Next one.
Yeah.
If babies were born with guns, they could shoot post-birth abortionists in self-defense.
One of those is not real.
Okay,
are you
ready?
tricking me again? Or are these
I
both
am not
onion stores?
tricking you. One of them is from The Onion, one is from InfoWars. Here they are again. Ralph Northam admits he once engaged in pedophilia as part of Michael Jackson costume. The second one, if babies were born with guns, they could shoot post-birth abortionists in self-defense.
This is the first time that I'm completely at a loss.
I love it when I read the first one to you and you think you've got it.
Right.
And I read the second one to you and it totally
This is the first time
blows
that
up.
out of all the times we've done this that I'm at a
Completely
complete,
stumped.
It's 50-50 for me because they both sound like onion stories.
Yeah.
Well, I guess InfoWars is a pretty gun-toting. So let's say that's the babies born with guns.
You are right.
Oh,
way to go. Yep. If babies were born with guns, they could shoot post-birth abortionists in self-defense. That's InfoWars.
Oh, well, how do we need to start altering our genetics so that, is it a boy or a girl? Actually, it's a Glock.
Does he have a Glock? What did you say?
No, I
asked if it has a Glock.
I thought you said it was a girl.
What did you hear? No, I said it had a Glock.
Oh, my gosh.
That's funny stuff.
Oh, man. Okay.
Well, okay. To wrap things up, can I talk about this guy?
Yeah.
Todd Starnes.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
He is a Rush Limbaugh wannabe in almost every respect. In his body, in his voice, the way he mixes his show. He has a radio show.
Right.
For Fox.
Oh.
So he wrote an op-ed in Fox.
Speaking of shows, I want to talk about this next time maybe.
Okay.
Huckabee, Mike Huckabee?
Yeah.
Have you seen his show?
No, he has a show?
Oh my gosh.
It's like a TV show?
It's on CBN.
CBN?
The Christian Broadcasting Network.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'll pull up some clips
I
for
thought
you.
that shit network was just that old guy who sat there all day
Well, now
telling
they've
you.
got a new old guy.
Okay.
But anyway, go ahead. Todd Starnes.
Todd Starnes wrote an op-ed in Fox about how he went to the State of the Union.
Uh-huh.
Okay? It's headline, Todd Starnes.
Does look like Rush.
Yeah. He says, I had a front row seat at Trump's State of the Union. You won't believe what I saw. That's the headline. Okay?
Okay.
He talks about how he was honored to be among those Americans selected to sit in the House gallery.
Oh.
Invited by Representative Jody Hice, a Republican congressman from Georgia. He says it was one of those uniquely American moments where strangers sat together because he was sitting next to two Democrat supporters.
Oh, no. Did they get him contagious? Like,
No, he
catch Democrats?
He said that he pissed them off by shouting "Amen." I guess
To no investigations?
Right. Yeah. He goes on to say this: in advance of the big night, I had to provide the congressman's staff, who invited him, with my name and birth date and social security number. It all made perfect sense, what with the president and vice president and all the other important people in the House chamber. So you can imagine my surprise when I learned there were several DACA recipients in the audience, and one was seated in our midst.
Oh, no.
How she gained entry into the building without a social security card is beyond me. Representative Mike Levin, Democrat of California, acknowledged that he had invited an illegal immigrant to attend the State of the Union. She had been an intern on his campaign in 2018. The congressman could have selected a law-abiding American taxpayer to watch the State of the Union, but instead, he chose someone who does not even legally belong in the country. What made that person so special?
Okay.
Can I say fuck this guy?
Yeah, but
what
they are? First of all,
when have you ever had to show your social security card to get in somewhere?
First of all, a DACA, that means that they were born. They're not born here, but brought here
before.
So
yeah, brought here as children.
They could. Correct me if I'm wrong. They could have social security cards, right?
No.
Without being a citizen?
No.
Well, nonetheless,
DACA dreamers,
right,
were not born here. They were brought here before the age of 16.
But they. So how does that work? Because they can legally work. She was.
They have temporary work status.
Okay, so they're still paying taxes.
Right. I guess you don't have a social security number.
They're still renting. They're still putting money into our economy.
I'm not fact checking this guy.
Yeah.
I'm just calling him an asshole. Because for him to say something like...
What about the prisoners that Trump was gloating
That's exactly
all about?
what I was going to say. Trump invited 2 convicted felons to tout his prison reform.
And they've been to prison.
Yeah.
They've shanked people.
What makes them so special? And they're black.
What? I didn't even realize that. I don't see color.
Yeah.
So
what made that person so special? What makes you so special that you have a radio show where you pretend to be Rush Limbaugh?
Oh, man.
This pissed me off.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can imagine my surprise when I learned there were several DACA recipients, and one was seated in our midst.
I gotta wonder if this is actually what this guy thinks, or if he's just pandering.
He's just
to the
pandering.
crazy
He's trying to be Rush Limbaugh. How she gained entry into the building? So you're saying that she stormed past the sergeant at arms?
I mean, it almost sounds like satire. Like it's.
It does. It does. But it's only like a 500-word op-ed. just long enough for his base to get through it, maybe 3/4 of it. You know.
I don't read that much either, man. 500 words.
I've never heard of this guy till now, so I guess there's that.
I haven't either.
But he's definitely trying to. I did watch a video clip of his his radio show.
Uh-huh.
And you ever seen Donald Trump try to take a drink? He can't bend his neck. I don't know if you've ever noticed this about the president. He can't turn his head or bend his neck. So if you look up a clip, he holds water, if it's in a cup or in a bottle, with both hands.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Brings it to his lip and tilts his whole body backwards.
Is it because of the tie? Why does he do that?
I don't know. I think he's got a rod in his neck. I don't know. But the point is that I watched Todd Starnes take a drink on his radio show.
Do the same
it's
thing.
the same thing. Maybe it's a Republican thing.
It's because they've got sticks so far up that no.
Yeah. But what my point is that what makes you so special, sir? Frankly, Trump has actually said that he would be willing to give DACA recipients status as part of his compromise.
True.
So you, sir, are a dickhead.
Yeah, he's not even on Trump's team.
No.
I mean, yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, he can bring felons, but you can't bring a DACA recipient
who's working here and
by the way, we should say that we thought it was really cool that those
prison
reform people were there. We're being satirical here.
Yeah, if you listen to the last one, we're actually great with that.
Yeah, we were praising him.
It's just the I don't know, whatever.
So
the guy's a peckerhead.
Yeah. Anyways. All right. Next time we'll talk about Elizabeth Warren?
Yeah, and Hitler.
All right. Well,
no, actually, but maybe.
Well, for episode 36 of the Our Take Podcast, please find us at the Our Take Pod on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I am Brian.
I am Spencer. We'll see you next time.